Well, worst nick. Worst nicks. I'm going to start from the softest, go all the way down to the worst. Yeah, I don't like saying best, like easiest or best jail or whatever. Yeah, because there's no such thing. All dossoles, mate. All wasted, waste of life, waste of space, waste of money, waste of everything. Yeah. But yeah, all right. Yeah. Number 11, Holsley Bay. Yeah. I mean, this was a decat, as jails go. If anyone's ever been in this, there's no wall around a decat, right? You have minimum contact with the screws. You barely see them except like during when they like count your cell at night or whatever. I didn't really know what a decat was. Yeah, first time I ever went there, I was 18. Only time I ever got it as well. Yeah. First sentence was Feltham, Warrenhill, Chelmsford, Holsley Bay. Yeah. I was in Warrenhill for a little while. Turned 18, sent me to Chelmsford. I was there under a week. And they sent me to Holsley Bay, yeah, which I knew was right next door to Warrenhill. For one, but anyway, you go there. But I'd never really looked at like Holsley Bay from Warrenhill. You know what I mean? But as I was driving up, thinking, there's no wall. There's no wall around this jail. What's going on? We got let off the sweatbox. Literally walked. The screw was like, yeah, it's all the way down there. It was like, what? We're going on our own. He went, yeah, all right, sweet. I'm walking down there. Couldn't believe it. Yeah, I mean, the wings. I mean, I had a different mindset back then as well, yeah. I was looking, I'm thinking, oh, I'm just going to take the absolute piss left, right, and centre. It was drugs galore, mate, yeah. Road prices as well, right? Road prices, yeah. I mean, what is, like, if you're in jail nowadays, yeah, like, a gram of weed or whatever costs about 100 quid. And it's not a real gram either, yeah. It's not a real gram. It's a prison gram. What does a gram cost on road? Tenner. That's how much it would have cost in Holsley Bay. Yeah, I mean, I was there years ago, and an eighth of puff back then was a tenner, or 15 quid for a tenner. And you could buy it in there because there was so much of it for a tenner. And I used to go on visits and get money given to me on a visit. Joe I'd ever needed money, like, you know what I mean. But I used to get money given to me on a visit so I could buy a puff, really, or drink. Yeah, it was rife with everything. I mean, I'd never even seen light or dark before until I went there. Never even seen it. Wouldn't have even known what it was. And that place was rife with it. I mean, there was a public road going right through the middle of the jail. So like school buses used to drive through it constantly. People going to work wherever. It's like a public road. But people used to stop off and like drop off parcels to people. You know what I mean? Unbelievable parcels. Not just like drugs. I'm talking food, wines, cheeses, salamis. I was down the block with before, only for a nicking. And I was like, "What are you down here for, mate?" Like, he was down here for a nicking. He was like, "Yeah, I got caught with salami and expensive cheese." So I had a bit out of Goodfellas, you know, when they're all in the prison cutting up garlic with a razor blade. I mean, it's unreal, mate. People should just pull up and just, mate, he's like, would run out the cell, run off the wing. You climb out your window, you could do whatever. And go and pick up their salami and cheese. I mean, there was especially on the wing. I was right at the back. I forgot the names of the wings, but I was on the back, yeah. And you sneak out your cell at night, and there was a footpath lead all the way down to like some village or whatever. I never walked down it all the way down to the village anyway. People used to go down there and get like crates of vodka, this, that, come back. You know what I mean? It was everywhere, yeah. But people used to sneak their birds or prostitutes back onto the wing as well, yeah, for the weekend, literally from Friday till Sunday or Monday. As long as the screw could, during counts and stuff, the screws would walk past you, and as long as you were standing outside your door, he would never ever walk in your cell or look or nothing. They'd trust you more in a decat, yeah. People would have a bird in the cell for like 3 days, and again, I'm 18, I'm young, I'm stupid, you know what I mean? Yes, I'll do anything. Yes. Geezer, like my opposite, was like, "Will you meet my bird down the alley at whatever time at night?" I went, yeah, but I want like half ounce of weed and a bottle of I forgot what it was, JD or Southern Comfort, one of the two, or vodka. I can't remember. It was like a bottle of spirits. He's like, yeah. So I've like jumped out the window that night. I forgot what time it was. Can't have even been that late. I mean, everyone was still up when she come back to the wing. I'm walking down this footpath. It's like a country lane. I'm like flashing my lighter like that, holding my hand so the prison can't see it that side, flashing the lighter. She's crouched down low halfway down, pitch black. She stood up. She was like, yeah. I was like, obviously it was who I was meant to meet. And you got that thing for me. If she'd never had them two things, I'd have left her down the country lane till I couldn't find her. Anyway, she gave me the bits, took her back to the wing. Yeah, Geezer had her in a cell all night. Well, he had her from Friday till Monday. But yeah, mate, what a joke. Number 10, Warren Hill, next door to Holsley Bay. I mean, what can I say about that gaff, really, man? It's just what it. There's the thinking now, yeah. I'm not saying my head was full of positive memories of Warren Hill, but I can't really think of much negativity in Warren Hill. You know, it was run all right. Food was half decent. I mean, yeah. What more do you want? High down, number 9. A lot of people would disagree with this. It's a BCAT local, yeah. So like, you know, BCAT locals, places like a BCAT local is Wandsworth. That's a BCAT local. Pentonville, you know, Belmarsh. I don't know. Belmarsh might be an ACAT. I know it's got an ACAT wing or an ACAT unit, but you know what I mean. People don't usually associate BCAT locals with like no drama or nothing. But I've got 6 months, 6.5 months, so I had to do after that 3 months, and I stayed in Ireland the whole time. I mean, I had a good job. Like, I used to work next door to the servery, handing out toilet rolls and razor blades at dinner, which was an actual a sought after job, really. I got a single cell because of it. People on the wing were all right. I mean, yeah, I barely even left the wing for 3 months. You know what I mean? So I can't really say it was the terrible jail to be in. Number 8, Elmly. Again, it's another BCAT local, but I only ended up there because I went to court one day. Do you know, like some like your jail you're meant to go back in is on lockdown, like it's full up, so you got to go somewhere else. So I ended up going to Elmly, and I was there for a month before I got shipped to Stocken, or no, Ashbury. Sorry, I was there for a month before I got shipped to Ashbury. Like, what really can happen in a month? You know, I was in a 3-man cell. Me and my cellmate used to terrorise our other cellmate. He used to go to sleep early every night, so. We used to crunch up biscuits and just sprinkle crumbs on his face and just drive him mad. He'd be all night long. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, literally nothing happened in that month I was there. Number 7, Stocken. I was there for 2 years. Never had a fight or anything in 2 years that I was there. I spent the whole time off my nut on tramadol. Literally 2 years on trammies. Ended up on the super enhanced wing as well. I always had a job there. My cupboard, like my cell cupboards, were always full of food. You know, we had parties on the super enhanced wing. We had a camera on the super enhanced wing. We had hooch parties. We had film nights there. I mean, again, I'm never going to say jail's fun. It's a waste of time. But as jails go, I mean, hardly a dungeon, was it? Number 6, Chelmsford. It's one of those grotty Victorian prisons, mate. You know, when the wind blows, there's crisp packets blowing around your exercise yard, and yeah, I mean, we're getting into it now. I mean, Chelmsford is it's a docile. I mean, it was my proper local. When I'm an Essex boy, so Chelmsford, you know what I mean. So there was always people I knew in there. So you can sort of mask over, like, paper over the cracks, so to speak, because like I was always in there with people I knew, or you know, you get to know the screws, don't you? You're talking to the screws, but there was hardly no work. The food was crap, pure bang up. I mean, as the years and years, as I've got older and I went there more and more, what a waste of life. But it got worse. Like all the jails did, less bang up, like less time out the cell, less work. I mean, most places now, especially in Chelmsford, I mean, it's part-time work. Everything's part-time, part-time. I mean, so you're spending half your life banged up anyway, and then you're going to work for like £4 a week or whatever. I mean, it's ridiculous. They shouldn't even bother employing you. Just leave you behind your door. If they're going to employ for half time, everyone's part-time. I mean, what can you buy for £4? I mean, 14. You can't even get 14s of tuna. Tunas are like £1.19 or something. You know what I mean? What are you going to get? Put a pound on your phone credit, £1. Like, get a shower gel for £1, get a tin of tuna, and maybe a packet of crisps. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, I mean, number 5, Feltham, shithole. Constantly fighting there, fights. I mean, considering that every single black boy called me a racist white boy from Romford, I mean, it was a pretty racist place towards white people, allegedly. You know what I mean? Like, considering I got so much hassle for being a racist white boy, they're all for racist black boys. I'm not, all black boys ain't racist. Far from it. Just my experience in Feltham, I got so much abuse for being a white boy from Romford. When in reality, that was all racist. I mean, yeah, but just read up about, the Screws used to, not when I was there, I missed that just, but the Screws used to bang enemies up together so they knew they'd fight. They called it gladiator school or something. There was that incident where they put an Asian boy in with a known racist and he killed him. I mean, yeah, constantly fighting there. I was constantly fighting and constantly losing the fight as well, because it was usually 6 man up, like 6 man against me or whatever. I wasn't even there for that long, 6 weeks or whatever. Just constantly fighting, because you can't have it, can you? Either. I mean, when you're young, you're stupid as well, so you're giving it back and whatnot. But number 4, Bedford. Oh mate, that's on another level. I mean, the weirdness in there is one thing as well. I mean, people are weird from that neck of the woods. Yeah, I mean, I never see. If you're an American prisoner, yeah, in American prisons, you expect to see gay stuff everywhere. Yeah, you watch the documentaries, it's everywhere. Yeah, but it's not like that in England. It generally ain't. But in Bedford, it was, man. There was so many. I mean, I was the library orderly at one point. Yeah, before I got sacked for being off me nut, allegedly. But there was a geezer who used to come in with his boyfriend that he'd met in jail. Like, they was banged up together. Like weren't even undercover about it. Walk down the like the landing holding hands, sort of. It was disgusting. I mean, one of them was openly gay, but the other geezer, he had like a wife on road and he used to lie to her constantly. You could like just imagine what they was getting up to in the cells, and he was going out and kissing his wife and kids and all that. I mean, each to their own and all that, but Jesus Christ, I mean, these geezers, like, especially the one that was like had the wife and all that, in my eyes, he weren't really gay. He was gonna stay with this geezer when he got out? You know what I mean? Please. Didn't have kit change for 6 months. 6 months. 6 months I was there. Yeah, well, I was there for a little bit longer, but for a straight 6 months, no kit change. We was having everyone on the wing. This was just before a riot happened as well, yeah? So you can wonder why the riot happened. 6 months, no kit change. Left behind your door all day, no work, barely no social. If there's a drop of rain, exercise is cancelled. And we get like, forget all that, you get an hour of social, hour exercise, yeah? You don't. Yeah, you don't, right? You get 40 minutes social, 20 minutes exercise, or 20 minutes social, 40 minutes exercise, or half hour of it. You're out for an hour a day, mate. All this, you're out for, like, even an hour for exercise, an hour of social ain't enough. But you're talking like half an hour for each, yeah? No wonder there's suicides in there all the time. No wonder there's self-harming in there all the time. I mean, so much spice in there, yeah? There'd be people having heart attacks. I'm not exaggerating. Every other day, defibrillators would be coming out. Why? And all them turn up just in time, all them defibrillators, eh? But every other day, I've never seen anything like it. Never seen a jail like it. No kit change and no social and self-harming just getting ignored. Rampant bullying, mate. like I've already spoke about the poor guy that strung up and cut himself and he died, but he was getting bullied to death and the screws weren't doing no. The screws all knew, like, so much bullying in there, it was unreal. Yeah, it just, in my eyes, it was full of alleged wrong-uns, mate. It really was. Number 3, Ashbury. Yeah, it was a YO again. Long-term YO, everyone's doing over 4 years. So you can imagine the numpties that are in there. I mean, there were so many pad thieves there. I was a pad thief as well myself at them times, like robbing out of cells, and like my cell got robbed so many times. It's karma though. It was karma. I'm not saying like I was some innocent person. I mean, I've spoke about I got nicked for paying someone to nick someone's memory card. I mean, I was fully involved in it, but it's a stress on your head, man. Like, you want to come out, leave your cell door open, go and have a shower, and go back to your cell, and you can't. You got to lock it because you'll come back and all your canteen will be gone, or your stereo, or one of your tapes or CDs. Everyone was at it in there. There was no respect among anyone. Excuse me. The screws would stitch you up. You don't know your rights when you're YO, yeah? You all think you're clever and all that, but you don't know what your rights are, yeah? So the screws just take liberties constantly, left, right and centre. I mean, just for instance, I mean, if you didn't make your bed in the morning, you got a red entry. Red entry, it's like a negative entry into your file. If you get 3 or something, you go on basic. Something like that. Which is basic, means no TV, no social, no money, nothing, yeah? And if they didn't like you or whatever, they used to go into your cell and mess your bed up just so they could give you a red entry. It's pathetic. These are grown men doing this to kids, basically. YO means kids. Like, YO does not mean man. YO means a child. And this is what grown men and women are doing to children, winding them up. Why? You know what I mean? Well, I know why. You know what I mean? They're half wrong-uns themselves. If you're doing that, you're half a wrong-un. Number 2, Scrubs. Another one of those grotty Victorian prisons, man. Like, that's the jail I see. I literally see a rat eating a burger that someone had chucked out the window. I see the rat eating a burger and a cat. And this jail was awash with cats. Yeah, the governor put 1 million cats in there to kill these rats. Yeah, but the rats were so big and there was so much food that the cats never bothered. They basically were like a tag team. Like, this rat was eating a burger and a cat was standing behind the rat. It could have jumped on the rat and ate it, waiting its turn patiently for the rat to get its fill. Then the rat fucked off and the cat come in and started eating the burger. I mean, it was a grimy jail, man. Rats, 10 a day. 10 a day. It was literally the jail. I'd always make sure my toilet seat was down if I had a toilet seat. My door was covered like with a towel so the rats couldn't get in at night. Oh, mate. It was like under your door because like they could just squeeze under your door, innit? I mean, oh, mate. That would be my worst nightmare. Waking up and just seeing a towel going back out the window where the rat's already been in the cell and it's mooched around, you've been asleep, crawled all over your face or whatever. You just see the big ass fat pink towel just crawling back out the window. Sleep with the windows shut in the summer is horrible. Yeah, I mean, I've said before I was on that high security wing, single cell wing, got a single cell for giving a wrong and nonce slap in he was a cellmate and I've got a single cell out of it. I blagged about a bit of stuff. I used to wet the bed and all that. And I watched the video, yeah, of how I got a single cell and it'll tell you, yeah. But I was incontinent. I said I was incontinent, so I used to wet the bed. And I was scared of this wrong and attacking me, mate. But yeah, I ended up on the single cell wing, so I beat up my cellmate who was a wrong un, and I was incontinent. Yeah, but the single cell wing is the high security wing, really. That's all in itself. I mean, there's people in a single cell, not because they're all wet the bed, because they're lunatics, mate. You know what I mean? So you got to put up with that as well. And the spice just went out of control there. For me and my Cody both ended up there, and we was both just smoking it hard, yeah. Smoking it hard. I mean, we was both working at the kitchens. I've done a video about the kitchen, taking stuff out of there. I mean, but literally, both of us were taking stuff out of there just to get spice, yeah, like proper fiends, mate, yeah. Like a proper low life. That's how I was acting. And my Cody come out on social one day and basically went into someone's cell, talking about pad thieves. This is what my Cody done, yeah. He turned it into a wrong un. He is a wrong un. I just didn't know it at the time, you know what I mean? He walked into a cell, robbed a CD player, radio, yeah, to get money for spice. I didn't know he did this, yeah. I did not know he did this, and it all come on top for him, and he disappeared off the wing. So now I'm on the wing, and I don't know, none of that happened, yeah. Because like I said, I'm acting like a fiend, yeah, but I'm only nicking stuff out of the bloody kitchen, yeah. Not robbing cells. That's what he done. He robbed a cell, and it all come on top. He pissed off. And now I've got people coming up to me, yeah, saying, "Did you know your Cody done this? Did you know?" Like, and they both know we're smoking all this shit, so they're thinking, "Well, you must know, you must know." And now it's coming on top for me, yeah. Like, this ain't my local jail. I don't know no one. I've talked to a couple of people on this swing, but it's coming on top for me, yeah. Like, people want to know where he is, my Cody. And I generally didn't have a clue. Like, well, I could have guessed where he was, you know what I mean? But I didn't have a clue what he was doing on the wing. I didn't have a clue why he did that and all this shit, yeah. But he was coming on top. And I've seen too many people on that wing get, yeah. And I'm not fighting a million people. I'm an ex-thief, yeah. I was never a fighter. I'm an ex-thief, mate. So I thought, fuck this. Movements one day. You used to have to go to the library to say you're going on movements to go to work or whatever. You could pop yourself into the library and say, I'll put my name down. I want to come to the library tomorrow or whatever, yeah. So the library was always open during movements. So I just went in there and smashed it to smithereens, yeah. Just annihilated it. All the bookshelves, all the chairs, all the tables, overturned. There was books and everywhere. Looked like a library murder scene, yeah. Not a living book left. I smashed it to smithereens. And the screws come, like, I got taken down the block. And then just refused to go back on that other wing. Just got moved on to another wing. So I'm saying there's always ways around things. You haven't got to put yourself on the numbers or do this or do that. There's always ways around it. And I thought, there's no way I'm fighting all these geese on this wing, mate. I'm going to get, know what I mean? I've got enough scars on my face. I'll get a few more, mate. And for my Cody for acting like a wrong un, nah, mate. Walked into the library, just smashed it. The screws come in, walked me to the block all calm. I've got a big grin on my face. I'm thinking, sweet. Got me out of there. And went to the block. I don't know how long I was down there, a couple of weeks. Then moved to another wing. Just where they was like, you gonna go back now? I'm like, why? I fucking ain't. You ain't got to tell them nothing. Stay down the block if you know what I mean. Screws don't really have they don't have as much power as what you give them, really. You know what I mean? You gonna go back on that wing yet? No, right, you stay down the block then. All right. Another day. Oh, we need this cell. We need the block. We need this cell space now. Down the block. Will you go back to the wing? No. Well, we'll send you back to another wing. All right. Lovely. Yeah, but Scrubs, man. Docile. And number one, Pentonville. The worst jail I've ever been in. Ever. I mean, I get depressed when I'm in that sweatbox and you see those big ass Victorian gates, see that big ass jail, and you think, oh, you're driving down Caledonian Road, and it's like, oh. It's depressing. It's depressing. Yeah. And I only get that feeling when I go there, man. It's like, oh. I mean, rats, flies, rubbish. I mean, no windows in your cell. I've sat in the cell like with no window, just wrapped up in a blanket, just because there's no windows. You know what I mean? It's like no toilet leads. Imagine it, like you want to go to the toilet, you want to go whatever. You might even have a cellmate, and you ain't got a toilet lid. You have to cover it with a towel, like unless you're an animal. You know what I mean? And there's enough of them in there and all. toilets could be blocked for days, mate, days. You know what I mean? Where are you gonna go to the toilet? You've only got one toilet in that cell, and every time you flush it, it's overflowing. Like, and they just leave it for days, and then you've got to kick off. You've got to kick off because how can you live with that? So you have to kick off. You've got to kick off. You've got to get in trouble because how can you live with that? You know what I mean? So now you're out on the landing, refusing to bang up, getting yourself put on basic and all that, just because they won't fix a toilet. You know what I mean? Kit change. We like, you know, you take your pillowcases and all this and your stuff down on once a week, and they swap it for fresh stuff. You get back to your cell and you open up your bed pack, and it's like the sheet's that big where it's been ripped and used for a line, where like people rip it, tie things on the end so they can send it to their cellmate, people next door in the next cell, swing it out the window, launch it to the next cell, we'll grab it. Imagine it. Imagine if that sheet's 20 years old, how much this been ripped, yeah? And there'll be blood stains on it, fag stains, fag burns. Oh, mate, I mean, yeah, man. Kit change, mate. Food is terrible. Food is terrible. I mean, it just goes down and down as the years have gone by. Jails, like the standards in prison are just terrible. I mean, I don't know why you're only entitled to like one hot meal a day now, but even back when you was entitled to like two, I mean, they used to give you this nasty. Look, you're in jail, you deserve to be there, yeah. But Jesus Christ, like, why can't someone think? Well, you are what you eat. That saying, yeah, you are what you eat, right? You are what you eat. If you eat shit, you are shit, yeah. So why can't you just feed us nutritional stuff? And look, if you've got a full belly, you're going to behave more as well, yeah? If you've got a nice full belly, you want to kick back and relax. So feed prisoners nice food, nutritional food that's not going to leave them starving 5 minutes after they've ate it, and they might chillax a bit more. You know what I mean? They might chill out, mate. But no. Again, like, it's the same old, like with the other ones. You got, you know, the self-harming, the suicides, the bullying. All goes on there, all goes under the carpet. I mean, yeah. The worst nick ever, Pentonville. If you ever want to go to prison and experience what it's actually like, yeah, go to Pentonville. If you want to scare someone into never going back again, that's what I was trying to say. Jesus, if you want to scare someone into never going back again, send it to Pentonville, man. Jesus Christ, what a dosshole. Anyway, if you enjoyed that, hit subscribe and we'll chat tomorrow. Adios.